What's going on, people? Welcome to 127 Works, and today we're having a look at this. This is the Lamborghini Temerario, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's the replacement for the Huracan. Essentially, long story short, it's the new V8 small baby Lambo, essentially, in their range. Following on from the Revuelto, which I have done a video before. I'll leave a link in whatever corner and in the description. Yeah, I've done a video covering a mod of that car, and I've seen that this is available, and so, you know, might as well complete the set sort of thing. And it's been a while, so might as well make the first one in a while a good one in theory. What is it? It's the new entry in, again, as I said, it's the new baby Lambo V8 as opposed to the V10 in the Revuelto. It's a replacement for the Huracan. Lamborghini's gone electric. Like, they might literally be the last of the supercar manufacturers that are doing this, going this route with the electric hybrid system, but that is what they're doing. So the thing that scares me about this mod is that I'm hoping and praying that it isn't like the AMG 1, the Mercedes AMG 1 that I tested a few years ago. Again, links and stuff like that will be there if you want to see that, where it was the worst mod I've ever driven. The worst mod, not the car itself. Obviously the car itself in real life is amazing, but the mod is the worst, was like literally the worst thing that I've ever driven in all my years of playing this game, because it was just terrible. My fear with this one is that I don't recognize the name of the person that made it, which isn't always a bad thing. You know, there could be people that based the mod on real stats, obviously, and just it might be their first mod, but they might be among the best. Who knows? It's unlikely. What freaks me out about this is, again, number one, not knowing the name of the modder. Don't recognize it. It's not from like RSS or anybody that makes kind of well-known mods. It's also shown up as using the Lamborghini Huracan Performante sound, which isn't, you know, always a giveaway, but it's usually something of a sign. They haven't put all the effort possible into it by just copying and pasting audio from a different car. Now, again, the car isn't even technically released as far as I know in real life yet, so maybe there just isn't any audio out there that you can take of it, which is fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, it's just that's the thing that caught me off guard. The main thing is just the power and torque and stuff like that stats. I'm looking at it here in Content Manager, and it's showing me 570 bhp. Now that's just made up. Like, I've looked at it on my phone, I googled it before I started this, and between the two petrol engine and the hybrid element, the electric motor, it's making 907 horsepower in total. Now it's broken down as follows: 789 horsepower from the internal combustion engine, the V8 that's inside it, and 148 horsepower from the electric motor to combine to make all that. I don't know where this guy or girl person has brought this 570 bhp from. It's not particularly close to either of those numbers. It's smack bang in the middle, so I'm not sure where that number came from. Again, he has it making 540 newton meters of torque. The real car, I believe, makes 730 newton meters. Yeah, there's just a lot iffy there. When they're not getting these basic details correct in a mod, it's kind of scary. For all I know now, again, I wouldn't be as in detail and in depth to know, but for all I know, he could have literally just they could have just made the body and the wheels, and, you know, in it like as a 3D model based off something, and then just plopped them on top of the Huracan Performante. But again, this is what this video is. It's not about me, it's not about my driving skills, it's not about doing the best lap possible, the fastest lap. It's not even about setting a lap time. It's just about trying a mod that I want to try out. I was going to try it out anyway, and basically seeing how it performs, seeing how it drives. If I get into it and it drives like I expect it might, and it's fast and it's a good time and it sounds good and everything, cool. Might not be accurate, might be an absolute piece of junk. You know, there's certain mod snobs out there in the Assetto Corsa community that I know will absolutely turn their noses up at it, and that's fine. For me, if it's a bit of fun, and, you know, you can take some cool screenshots with it or whatever like that, it's always nice, obviously, when you can get the best, most realistic data based mods possible. But, you know, something like this, again, I'm not expecting much, but that's it. So if you don't know what we do here, so after this little bit now, this little intro, there's going to be a little beauty montage where I do some, again, like, you know, video clips of it looking good, because it is a gorgeous looking car in my opinion. Again, Lamborghini just nails their design philosophy in my opinion. So yeah, we're just going to do a little beauty montage, get some nice shots of it to a little beat, or maybe something that I've made or whatever. But importantly, it's a VR based video, so it's how well does the car perform in VR? Does it look good in the interior? Does it sound good in VR? Because that's what I personally use. I use a Quest 2 linked up with a link cable and stuff like that. So that's the kind of the main separator, I guess, from me as opposed to other people that review mods. I'm specifically would be looking at it from the point of view of VR. And again, from what I can see from the outside, it looks like it should be absolutely fine. So I don't think I'll have any problems with it, but we shall see. And then we're going to take it out for a lap of the Nürburgring. And as I said, it's not about my skills, it's not about my ability as a driver or that. It's just about, I'm an okay-ish driver, and can I wrestle this thing around the Nürburgring without having too many spins, too many crashes? How does the mod feel? You know, you'd hope it to be based on real physics and that, and stats, as I said, beta and stuff. But if it feels like what I imagine this thing should feel like, I'll be happy enough with that. So that's about it. If that sounds interesting, you stick around, and I'll see you on the track. so here we are inside the Temerario. Not the best name, you know, Huracan, pretty cool, sound like a hurricane, Aventador, Bullfighter or whatever, I'm pretty sure it was something along those lines. Revuelto kind of made sense, because it's like, you know, it's the revision, it's the new world, or whatever like that. Temerario, again, I know it's named after a famous fighting bull, it just sounds a bit goofy as well. It just doesn't sound a bit right. We are in VR now, so we're having a look around, and it's not the worst. It's not the best. It looks a little flat. Again, I can't remember the guy who made this now. It's not any of the usual names that you might be familiar with. Hang on, sorry, I'm just going to move this, my Oculus controller. It's in the way, it's distracting. Yeah, so it's not by any of the usual names, so, you know, that's never good or a bad thing inherently, but all the mirrors work, so that's good. That's a start. The little central screen there has a little picture of the car and the menu. It looks like it's actually copied from the real car. Does the gear shifter... Yeah, it does. That's pretty cool. The gear shifter works over on the passenger side. Again, all the menus, because again, I'm checking for real basic things, because sometimes they don't get them right. Again, I referenced the AMG 1 video earlier, where the interior was just a big grey blob, and it wasn't great at all. Looking around, yeah, you've got all the detail. Like, you can see into the engine. You can't see into the engine, but you see the engine bay and stuff. But yeah, not too many complaints about the quality inside. Again, certain textures, the way that they meet and stuff like that isn't, you know, perfect. It's not 100%. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see, like, animations. Paddle isn't animated. Accelerator pedal isn't animated. Oh, I was in gear there. My bad. Yeah, let's do a sound test. I haven't checked the actual Huracan Performante to see if it's the same. I will do that before I, like, while I'm editing, and put in a little note to see if it's literally copied or if it is custom. So let's do a sound test. See how it sounds. Whoa, that limiter sounds good. Yeah, that's real nice. And you can see there is a hybrid actually in the dash there. It's really cool. There is a hybrid element, I'm assuming. Now, I don't know if that's just telling you... Oh no, that's just the accelerator. Or is that recharge? Yeah, that is. That's battery recharge. Okay, so it's tying in the kind of gauge cluster there. It's tying what I guess is your battery usage, or like the amount of hybrid power that you're getting, and the recharge to your braking. Now, I don't know if that effect is actually modeled into the rod. Be real sick if that was the case, but yeah, I'm just going to do the usual customary come outside and listen. I do quite like how it sounds, I have to say. Now, again, I will go back and check and see if it's literally just copied and pasted from the Performante, which again, I assume is just the default Assetto Corsa Huracan Performante. But with that said, let's get out onto the track and see how this thing drives. It can be the best looking, best sounding, best everything, but if it drives like absolute crap, then we're not interested, so... Still too ready to tell, but it doesn't feel awful. Again, it doesn't feel like the low bar is the Mercedes AMG 1 that I tested that time. This feels better than that already, so let's get going. It's interesting that it's capping out at 9,000 RPM. I wonder, is there a setting, or am I doing something wrong? Is there something in the setup that I need to change? As ever, we start all these tests very tentatively because we do not know what we're in for. Okay, it feels like it has good acceleration. It's good acceleration out of the corners. Good braking. Get quite a bit, like, considering again tires, brakes, all that kind of stuff will be cold still. You get good amount of braking before you feel that lockup coming in. It's making me feel confident anyway. A little bit of understeer there. Might have come in just a little too fast. And again, this is on the stock tune. We don't tune these cars. We don't mess with anything. I can go in maybe after the fact, after the lap, and just see is there anything that I could have done with the limiter. Because again, it goes up to apparently 10,000, 11,000 RPM redline. But we are getting capped out at about 8.5, 9 for some reason. Is there some like hybrid deploy that we can enable to like a button that we can press maybe? I'm not sure. I'm looking around the dash as I'm going here, but I'm also aware that I'm coming up to a very sketchy part of the track, so focus on driving for a second. It does feel good though. It does feel planted, and it feels smaller and more nimble, like like it should be, being the kind of V8 baby Lambo of the range. Oh, that's a little bit overseas. We're off. We're off. We're off. Are we off? Save it. Okay. Okay. Just did not save it. Genuinely thought I had it there. Yeah. So came in a little too hot. Brakes are still. Oh. Okay. 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 The tires a little bit. Tires a little bit cooked there. I wasn't expecting that, but we saved that one. What I will say is that I didn't save. I did end up bonking the wall in the end, but I did. I feel like a lot of other cars I would have spun off and like spun off, and absolutely destroyed myself long before that fact. So the fact that I was able to save it for as much as I did is a good point towards the car in its favour. That was just purely, again, these are first drives. They're not about my lap times. They're not about, you know, anything else. They're first drives. How does it handle? What's a drive like? I'm literally feeling this out for the first time on the, like, live in this video as you're seeing it. So. Oh, okay. We're good. But again, it does feel good. It's a little loose. It's a little loose. Oh. Yeah, it's a little loose and on the ragged edge, which is kind of, again, it's what I said in the intro. It's like, is that what I expect a, like, nears makes no difference, like 1,000 horsepower Lamborghini to feel like? Yeah, kind of. Oh, that was miss here. That was miss hit miss rather, and I completely made a mess of it. Mess hit mess. Okay. We'll chill out, coming through this little slower section. But again, it turns in very nicely, I'd say. Gets up and goes out of the corners fairly easily. It does. I feel okay. Like the more I'm getting around this lap, the more I'm really enjoying it. I just do really feel like it should be. Oh no, that's too fast. That's too fast. We're good. We're good. We're good. I feel like you can probably hear how many times I'm hitting the limiter as before I change gear. It's like I feel like it should go a little bit quicker, like, or a little bit higher revs. It's weird that it's getting caught out there at that 8.5K. I always forget how deceivingly tight this corner gets. It just slowly closes the door over time, as you go around the corner. It just keeps getting narrower and narrower and narrower. But I'm trying to remember. It's very intense as well. I feel very, very like I have to really focus because again, it is lively. Yeah, I'm trying to remember to change the gears before hitting that red line now because I know that's a thing. Oh my god. Oh god, we're dead. How did we survive that? I do not know, but it's fun. I will say I can see this not being the last time that I drive this car, for example. Like, that's how you know that I enjoy. Oh no, shouldn't have done that. I thought that would be flat out there, honestly. Yeah, it's, it's a sign when I enjoy a car when I do it for a video. But then I'm like, yeah, okay, I could spend some time. Jesus, I could spend some time just doing laps in this by myself. Like, oh, crashed into carousel a little bit harsh there, but it handled it. The back end likes to just slap out on you a little bit every now and again. Oh, this can usually be flat out, but not quite there. That was just a bit sketchy. That's basically kind of how I'd sum it up. It's like just a bit twitchy, a bit alive, a bit bite the a bit biting the head off your shoulders, but in a weird way also planted at the same time. It's just fun. And again, for all I know, this could literally be the Performante, Huracan Performante Kunos set and just copy and paste it over this body. So, but it also could be, based on the data that he had available, it could be a decent recreation. I literally just don't know, unfortunately. So I can only tell you that from my point of view, it is fun and good. Oh, what happened? Game crash? Oh, sorry. Had a big massive freeze up there at YouTube corner of all things. And then my VR was glitching. Hang on. Okay. Had a little bit of an issue with my headset. I think we're back. It's a workout of a car. I can feel myself. I'm actually like a little bit breathless. And it may have something to do with the fact that I'm terrible and in terrible shape, but oof. It keeps you on your toes. Ooh, just drifted wide a little bit. Just skimmed over the surface of the tires. Oh, we didn't need to slow down that much there. It just sends you all around. But again, it's still planted. That's the weirdest thing about it. It's like the madness of Lamborghini, but with just a touch of the common sense of Audi. Assuming that Lamborghini are still owned by Audi. I'm pretty sure they are. I think they're owned by the VAG group. As we approach the second carousel and head towards the last corner, I will just say, yeah, again, as always with these videos, the link to download them will be in the description. And this is one that, this is one that is a recommend. Just for how fun it is. It could be, you know, I'm always terrified that I'm sending people to creators pages who are just ripping off mods and are just reskinning, you know, Kunos cars and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, again, I don't know if that's the case here. If that is, I apologize, but I can just say that this car is fun. It's very, very fun. It's a good time. Can we do 170 before we have to brake? Yes, okay. Can we brake in time? Also, yes, no. Let's go see. Also, yes, question mark? No, not quite. So as we bring it back into the pits here, I will just say, yeah, it's a fun time. That's all you can really ask for. Sounds good, drives good, Larry as hell, but just again, as I said, a little touch of that common sense from Audi. Goodness gracious. Okay, that was that was a workout. That was fun, and as I said, yeah, just recommended it. Gets a thumbs up from me. It's pretty much what I expected. I thought I didn't expect quite that level of Larryness, but I probably should have, considering it's the small V8 car, but with all that power. Like, yeah, definitely. If you think that it looks appealing, I definitely recommend going and check it out. The link in the description, and you can pick it up for yourself. So, if you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.